Hi friends, let us continue the problem that we had in the previous video. In the previous video we have constructed this chart. Now in this video we'll be giving a number to these circles, and at the same time using these durations we'll also find out the project completion time. Now as I mentioned in the previous video, the numbering should start from that particular circle where you do not have any incoming arrows. The numbering can be started using any number. So if you start with 1, then it should, the next number should be 2, 3, 4 and so on. If you start from 10, then the next number should be 11, 12 and 13 and so on. So the numbering can be started from any number, 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever number that you decide. So in starting the numbering, you are using 1. The first circle where you do not have any incoming, I'm giving a number 1. The moment a circle an event is number, then you are going to assume that you do not have any outgoing arrows from that particular circles. So this particular circle is number now, so we don't have any outgoing arrows from here. So these 3 arrows are assumed to be not in the network. So if these are not in the network, then these 2 are the circles where you do not have any incoming arrows. So these 2 are candidate for the next number. Let me take this one. Let us say this is a second. This circle gets the second number. So the moment you number this circle, then this arrow also is not there, and these 3 and these are not there. So the only circle network where you do not have any incoming arrow is this one, because this circle will still have this arrow coming inside, so this still cannot be considered. So this is the only circle where you do not have any incoming arrow, because we are assuming this to be not there and this to be not there. So this number you'll get 3, and the moment you number this one, these arrows will be assumed to be not there in the circle, not there in the network. So this is the circle where you do not have any incoming arrow. Continue like this, and you will be numbering the network in this manner. 8, 9, and finally this is the last note. This is the last number that you give. So you start from 1 and goes up to 10, and these are the various what you call directed path that you have in a network. This is one path, and this is another path, and so on. A path is a directed a path is a what you call directed arrow which connects the starting to the ending points through the directions of the arrow. Now let's use the durations given over here to find out the project completion time. So what I'll do is I'll again say I'll put the numbers over here. I'll be writing this number inside the bracket. You starting the project at 0, and every circle will have this what you call number inside the bracket. So if you start the project at 0, then to complete A, how much time it takes? 5 units. 1 second, let me put all these numbers first. Yeah, we have all these numbers over here. These numbers are the durations given over here. So we are going to start the project at 0, and let me put this a little smaller. Let's make it a little more smaller. Now it's starting a project at 0, and it will take 5 units to complete A. So 0 plus 5, so A will be completed by A will be completed by 0 plus 5, that is 5. By 5 unit A is going to be completed. Now similarly your C also will be completed after 0 plus 6, which is 6 units. Now B is going to be completed at 0 plus 4 unit, but this information, at this particular circle you should also be completing A as well as C. Only then you can start D and E. So what we do over here to write the numbers inside the circle, inside the bracket in this circle, you will be taking the maximum of the three directions. So 0, 5, 6 and 0 plus 4, which is 4. So 4, 5 and 6, the maximum happens to be 6. So the numbers that you'll be writing over here is 6, which is nothing but 5 plus 0, dummy has 0 time. 6 plus 0, dummy has again 0 time. And 0 plus 4, the maximum of the three direction is 6. So you should always be writing the maximum where multiple arrows are going to merge. This is the maximum that I have. Now let's fill up for this one. And for this, what I'll do is I'll take 6 plus 4, which is 10. And then for this one will be again two arrows are merging. The maximum has to be taken from these two directions. You follow this direction is 6 plus 8, which is 14. You follow this direction is 10 plus 0 is a dummy, 0 time, 10 plus 0. So this direction has a maximum value, has a lesser value, which is 14. And continue like this. Let's find out for this. This is 10 plus 6, which is 16. For this one will be 14 plus 3, which is 17. And for this one will be 14 plus 4, which is 18. 14 plus 4. Now for this, again, three arrows are merging. So the maximum from these three direction has to be taken over. It has to be written over here. Right? Let us write down the maximum of the three directions. If you follow this direction is 18, 16 plus 2. You follow this is 25, 17 plus 8 is 25. You follow this which is 22. So the maximum is coming from this direction, which is 25. And this is the time where the project is going to be completed. You start the project at 0 and you completing the project at 25. Now let's fill up the other second number inside the bracket. So to fill up the second number inside the bracket, you will be coming backwards. So you immediately write 25 in the second number in the last circle. Now let's go back now. To go back, you keep on reducing this number from this one. So 25 minus 2 is, what is this number? 23. Right? 25 minus 2 is 23. And if you follow this direction, it's 25 minus 4 is 21. Right? And you follow this direction, 25 minus 8 is 17. And follow this direction. Now over here, now let's do it for this one first. Now this two arrows were going out, so when you come back in this direction, you'll be taking the minimum of these two. You come from this direction is 17 minus 3 is 14. If you come back from this direction is 21 minus 4 is how much? 17. So the minimum happens to be 14. You will be writing 14 over here. So two arrows were going out of this. When you fill up the second number, you'll be taking the minimum moving backward. 17 minus 3 and 21 minus 4. So 14. Similarly, we'll be filling up the other numbers of the second numbers of the bracket of the remaining nodes of the network. Let's do it. So we have completed all these calculations. Now let's find out the critical part of the network. A critical part of the network is that part where the longest duration will be there. So how do you find out the critical part? Just simply connect those parts where these two are equals. These two are equal, connect these parts. So let me put a different color in this. put a different color in this. Connect those two, connect those circles where these numbers are equal. The numbers inside the brackets are equal. And what else? This one I think, and this one. And this is the critical part of the network, and this is where the longest duration happens. And if you sum of the numbers in this part, that will be equal to 25. And why you call this critical part? Because this is the most important part of the network, and this part decides the duration of the whole project. Now, this is how you construct a network, number nodes, and find out the project completion time, and hence the critical path. The construction of a network to any project is a matter of practice and experience, and the rules remains the same. The rules that we've discussed, the rules which it's strictly decided by the various predecessors or successors remains the same, and different persons may take different time to construct this type of network. It's all a matter of practice and skill. So the more you practice, the better network, the early, the better and the more faster you construct it. Please do more practice so that you are able to construct a network in a better way, in a faster way. And to also remember, the lesser the number of dummies that you use, the better the network is. The better the network is. So thank you for watching. This is how you construct a network to a given PERT problem. Thank you.